There was once a young woman named Elena, living in a quiet town surrounded by rolling hills and long, winding roads. She was the kind of person everyone admired: kind-hearted, hardworking, gentle in speech, and generous in spirit. She volunteered at local shelters, cared for her aging mother, and was always the first to lend a helping hand. She believed in goodness, that if you do good, good will return. That if you walk the right path, life will reward you with peace. But one by one, life began to test her beliefs. First, her mother's health began to fade. Elena stayed by her bedside day and night, praying for healing, hoping love could conquer sickness. But one quiet evening, her mother passed away in her sleep, leaving Elena with an emptiness words couldn't touch. And just when she began to breathe again, the small bookstore she owned, her life's dream, was destroyed in a fire. Insurance didn't cover it, years of work gone in one night. She sat in front of the ashes, her heart heavy, whispering, "Why? Why do bad things happen to good people?" She thought of all the kindness she had given, all the wrongs she had avoided, but the question only echoed back, unanswered. So one day, she packed a small bag and left town. She didn't know where she was going. She just knew she needed answers, not from books or sermons, but from somewhere deeper.
She wandered until she reached a quiet temple tucked away in the mountains. An old monk sat outside, sweeping the path slowly, like he had nowhere else to be. Elena approached him and said, "I've tried to be good all my life. I help others, I live honestly, I do no harm. But still, pain finds me, loss finds me. Why does life test good people?" The monk paused, resting his broom. His eyes were calm, not distant, but deeply present. He nodded gently, as if he'd heard this question 1,000 times before. He said, "Come sit. I will tell you a story." Many years ago, there was a mother who lost her only child. Her grief was unbearable, so unbearable that she refused to believe her baby was gone. She carried the child in her arms and went from house to house crying, "Please, someone help me. Someone bring my baby back." People looked at her with compassion, but no one could help. Until she met a wise teacher, a man known for his peace and wisdom. The teacher listened quietly, then said, "I can help you, but first, bring me a handful of mustard seeds from a house where no one has ever died." The woman's eyes lit up. It sounded simple. She ran to the first house and asked, "Please, can you give me a handful of mustard seeds? Has anyone in your family ever died?" The family looked at her sadly. "Yes, our grandfather passed away last winter." So she left and went to the next house. Again, she asked the same question, and again the answer was the same. Every home she entered, every door she knocked on, held a story of loss. A father, a mother, a child, a friend. Not one house was free from the touch of death. By sunset, her desperation had turned into understanding. She looked at her baby, tears flowing freely, and whispered, "I am not alone." When she returned to the teacher, she didn't ask for a miracle. Instead, she bowed deeply and said, You didn't cure my child, you cured my heart." The monk turned to Elena and said, "We often believe pain is punishment, that we suffer because we've done something wrong or because life is unfair. But the truth is simpler and deeper. Suffering is not personal, it's universal." He looked up at the trees swaying in the mountain wind. Even the strongest tree bends in the storm. Even the tallest mountain is carved by the rain. You are not singled out. You are part of something all beings share. Elena said quietly, feeling something inside her shift. Not the pain disappearing, but the story around it changing. The monk continued, "Most people spend their lives wishing away suffering, but wishing it away doesn't free you. What frees you is acceptance, not resignation, but clarity. When you see your suffering clearly, you can learn from it. Pain, if met with awareness, becomes your greatest teacher." He leaned forward and said softly, "Don't ask for a life without storms. Ask for a heart that can stand in the rain." Those words landed deep. For the first time, Elena stopped asking, "Why me?" and began to whisper, "What can this teach me?" She realized every loss had made her more compassionate. Every setback had deepened her courage. Every ending had shaped her into someone who understood pain, not as an enemy, but as a passage. That night, she didn't pray for life to change. She prayed for strength. Strength to face whatever came. Strength to keep her heart open. Strength to live with grace no matter what the day held. Months later, she returned to her hometown. The bookstore was gone, but she began again. This time not with fear, but with wisdom. She helped others through their grief, shared stories of hope, and lived not waiting for good or bad, but grounded in peace, knowing that life is both. She still faced struggles, but something inside her had transformed. She no longer saw pain as punishment. She saw it as part of the beautiful, unpredictable, ever-changing rhythm of being alive. So the next time life feels unfair, the next time you whisper, "Why me?" remember Elena's story and the story of the grieving mother. You are not alone. We all walk through storms. We all face nights that feel endless. But those who rise, they don't rise because life is easy. They rise because they choose to grow. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" that's the moment you begin to heal. Pain doesn't define you. Your response does. And your strength, that quiet, unshakable strength, will become the light someone else needs in their darkest hour. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to reflect in the comments. Share your thoughts, your own experiences, or the lessons life has taught you. And if you found value in this message, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because your journey toward peace, resilience, and purpose is just beginning. I'll be back soon with another powerful teaching. Until then, stay strong, stay mindful, and stay blessed.